Crew going outside will consist of NASA astronaut Randy Bresnik and Mark Vande Hei. This will be Randy's third EVA and it'll be Mark's first. On the ground, we'll have IV Capcom NASA astronaut Mike Hopkins. And then on board helping out Randy and Mark will be NASA astronaut Joe Acaba and European Space Agency astronaut Paolo Nespoli.
The crew egresses the airlock, and we plan to carry one bag of tools to the worksite on EV1. EV2 will gather a foot restraint from ESP2 prior to heading to the worksite. Our worksite is near the center of station for the entire EVA. We base our tools on the CETA cart, and then we set up foot restraints on face one of the truss to enable us to reach the arm. The crew ingresses the foot restraints, and the arm flies in between them to allow for the changeout. There are 2 blankets that need to be released to uncover the joint interface. Since the crew cannot reach all 6 EDFs, or the bolts that we need to release at one point in time, we will release 2, rotate the arm, then we will power down and drive the demate connector, and finally release the other 4. The degraded joint will be removed, and the crew will translate it to the CETA cart to a temp stow location. Next, the crew will work on the POLE, which is our spare. After power down and demate of the connector, the crew works together to release all 6 EDFs in a star pattern. They release the LE and translate it to the arm worksite. The crew inspects the interfaces prior to mating, and then they will install 4 bolts to an initial torque. We will power up the arm and rotate it so they can reach the other 2 bolts. Do those to a final torque, and then we will rotate it again to be able to do a final torque on the first 4 bolts. Time permitting, pictures of the bolt final config will be taken prior to putting the MLI blankets back on. Next, the crew will retrieve the degraded LE from the CETA cart and move it to the POA. They will install all 6 bolts to a final torque, and then finally they will start cleanup from the EVA. They'll gather all their tools and their foot restraints, and they will place the foot restraints in ideal locations for the next EVA. After that, they will return to the airlock for ingress.